Welcome to the deep dive. You're here because you want to get smart, fast.
That's the goal.
So today, we're tackling something huge: balance, that thing everyone seems to be chasing.
Right. Work-life balance, the holy grail.
Exactly. But the material we're looking at today, it just throws that idea out the window.
Yeah, it pretty much calls it a lie, especially if you're aiming for something big.
A lie. Strong words. So this deep dive is all about unpacking that argument. Why this source claims that real achievement demands serious trade-offs.
It definitely challenges the whole have-it-all mindset. It suggests a maybe tougher path.
Okay, let's get into it. This core idea, balance is a lie. What does that actually mean according to this text?
Well, basically, it argues you just can't hit, peak performance in completely different areas of life at the exact same time.
Because
Because things like time, focus, energy, they're finite, right? You can't be everywhere, giving 100%.
so trying to excel everywhere just spreads you too thin, leads to being. Okay.
Yeah, okay, maybe average. Mediocre, even, across the board. That's the danger it points out.
The source had some pretty stark examples to illustrate this. What were they?
Oh, yeah. Think about getting seriously ripped physically.
Okay.
That level of discipline. It probably means way fewer late nights out, maybe skipping those lazy weekend mornings.
Yeah,
right?
Makes sense. And another one was about money.
Uh-huh. Real financial success, like building something significant. The source suggests that often costs you your weekends, at least for a stretch.
So it's this idea that saying a big yes to one thing.
Means saying no to something else, almost automatically.
And it's important that this isn't presented as, like, a complaint, right? More like a fundamental rule.
Exactly. It's just the physics of achievement, you could say.
Yeah.
Recognizing the cost. You pick a path, you pay the toll.
So if balance isn't the ideal, why do so many people, according to this source, not hit their biggest goals?
It seems to come down to wanting incompatible things simultaneously.
Like what?
Like wanting the rewards of the intense grind and the comfort of constant relaxation, or building a major company while also wanting to binge watch every new series.
Yeah.
The source sees these as kind of contradictory at the highest levels. You gotta choose.
There's a phrase in there, the harsh truth. What's that referring to?
It's basically that big growth needs big sacrifice. Simple as that.
Okay.
You want serious muscle that takes consistent effort, saying no to certain foods maybe. You want major financial wins. That might mean less peace of mind for a while, more stress.
So instead of chasing balance, what's the alternative proposed?
It's about managing your trade-off, shifting the focus.
How so?
It means moving away from this impossible dream of perfect harmony.
Right.
And instead making really deliberate, conscious choices about what matters most to you, and then accepting what you have to give up for it.
And it pushes you to ask some tough questions, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The big one is basically, okay, you say you want X, what are you really willing to sacrifice to get it?
And the implication is pretty clear.
Yeah. Limited sacrifice, limited results. That's the vibe.
How does this perspective frame the elite or, super high achievers?
It sees them as people living intentional lives. They're not accidentally successful. Meaning they make clear choices, they understand the costs involved in their ambitions, and they, crucially, accept those costs. No whining about it.
So let's contrast the outcomes chasing balance leads to.
According to the source, often an average life. Comfortable, maybe predictable, but ultimately mediocre.
Okay. And embracing trade-offs, what kind of life does that lead to?
The source calls it a powerful life, but it means trading comfort for maybe chaos sometimes, trading popularity or likes for maybe loneliness and deep focus, trading short-term fun for long-term building.
Wow. So the conclusion isn't exactly gentle.
Not at all. It basically says huge success isn't about finding some cozy middle ground. It's about having the guts, the resolve to do the hard things most people just won't do. It frames it almost like war on mediocrity, not a gentle balancing act.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big message from this source: forget perfect balance if you want significant achievement. Focus instead on consciously choosing and managing your trade-offs.
Exactly. Every major yes demands a no somewhere else. That's the core.
That really gives you something to chew on. And for you listening, based on this perspective, what's maybe one area in your life where chasing balance might actually be holding you back from something bigger? What trade-off might you need to make? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining our deep dive.